Wrath of the Righteous is amazing. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It would have been nicer with a little bit more voice acting, but still a really nice game. We enjoyed playing it. Oh, we could go to the Adminstratum first. Let's go there. Maybe we should level up Jai first. Let's do it once we landed. Surely there's nothing going wrong, right? I just finished exploring all the planets, so I'm also in Dargonus. Ah, nice. Yeah, there was so much to explore, so many cool planets and events you have there. I wonder how much is left, like how long the later acts are going to be. But nice that you also enjoy it. Yeah, I think we should... maybe we should also use other characters. I think it would be bad to leave Cassia behind. You don't need to level Jai if you don't want to. Ah, okay, thank you. Then I can skip that. I still want to take Cassia with us, so we're going to leave behind Pasqal. It's really nice because like leveling up takes forever, especially for all the talents. Did you ever play like 40k, like the pen and paper role-playing game, or just the games? I really do wonder how the pen and paper game plays. Really want to try that out too. Ah, nice. Okay. Turn after turn, the unceasing stream of petitioners pours through the palace doors. The strong-willed wait patiently, while the weak-willed try everything they can to get ahead of the others. I mean, just 3 people seems okay. I kinda expected worse.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Huh. Greeting protocol, welcome to the palace of Adeptus Administratum. Identifying, your lordship, please follow me. Let's see how bad bureaucracy can be in 40k. Checking coordinates. Continue in this direction to reach your destination. Your visit has been locked. I didn't play the pen and paper version, but watched a lot of video of the lore. Ah, nice. For me, this game is actually the first contact to 40k. But after I played Wrath of the Righteous, I really wanted to give it a try. And I enjoyed it a lot so far. Let's loot some paperwork. No one's gonna miss that, right? Master of Seals. That was easy enough. Kinda too easy. An ancient looking woman. I mean, she kinda looks like a ghost, doesn't she? Like so white and pale. Even her clothes look kinda pale. An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend into the bowels of a bureaucratic domain. Ah, another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All your highborn ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That is what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Oh lord. Jai glances at you and whispers, what? So I paid a few clerks to let us keep the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Ah, very well. Don't just stand there, you here now. Do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over a service car floating nearby. Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle. 41st millennium. Metal manipulators immediately begin feverishly clicking, taking dictation. So far it's much easier than I thought, bypassing the queue. But look all around, all those papers just lying around, all those staples. Don't you want to know who I am? Edward von Valencius, sole heir of rogue trader Theodora von Valencius, may the throne radiance guide her path on the other side. In a practice move, the Master of Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her. The sole purpose to publicly assert their claim, to be precise. The colourless eyes of the Master of Seals suddenly fix on Cassia. A Lady Navigator of House of Celio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. She points her fingers at the ledger. It says here that the Von Valensis dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this, and I at last will mark the matter closed. Nice. Cassia stares in puzzlement at the gleaming coin in her hand. Ah, House of Celio thanks you for your service, Master of Seals. Probably House of Celio completely forgot about that. Or they just had to wait like 300 years for it to be processed. The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction and nods curtly. Of course I know who is standing before me. It is my job to know. Jai shifts, deliberately putting a jewel dogmatic on display. Does of me my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Damar? No, I have not received reports about you. So, I mean, probably we don't want to bore her with anything, so... My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Official. The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lenses at Jai in disbelief. Then she looks at you. I take it you are a sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template number 404.01, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without, I cannot issue mistress... And that sounds way more like 40k bureaucracy. Oh lord. Fun fact, crime in the Imperium judgment can sometimes take over several lifetimes to be judged. In that case, judgment is passed onto the descent. Charming. Oh boy. It sounds horrible. Aeldari. Mistress Aeldari, the form of collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabulae Official, the certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the serene smile drops from Jai's face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Edward von Valence has prepared the primary documentation. There's no way of getting around these formalities? Fear the wrath of the Immortal One, your lordship. What would become of your protectorate, or even the Imperium itself, if every person did what you are proposing? No, Lex Imperialis, Volume 249, Paragraph 18.2, Amendment of the 12th cycle of the previous millennium clearly states, actions that circumvent the sacred law of the Imperium in pursuit of personal gain are manifestation of human weakness, which is subject to eradication. Nice try. I thought it could work. Oh wow. It sounds like, I don't know, the bureaucracy of like Futurama, even worse. I think if I ask her to do that for me, she's gonna kick her out. And Edward sighs and completes the application form number 404.01. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the... We are working with quills? Why are we not using pens? That takes like ages to write. I don't know, did you ever try to write with a quill? It takes ages. It is horrible. Thanks for the follow, Toro. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you're forced to write out the same details over and over. About you, the Protectorate, Theodora von Valencius, Jai, and then also every living person who bears your family name. Oh boy. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. That sounds like it takes days. But it looks so much better. Yeah, but maybe it's also the reason why this whole process takes ages. The Master of Seals nods in approval and starts the scroll into a tube labeled with your name. I guess like 3 days later. Next is the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data from your most sacred personage. And Edward gives his written consent on the presented form. 3 hours later. The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. The Seneschal scribe taps out each word after his mistress' pronouncement. It's cute, you believe it's over in days. Oh boy. Was that already quite optimistic? Come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jai. Here's your document, Mistress Aeldari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They're easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Adminstratum Servitus has been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dagonis in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. I think we already went there, but I have no idea. So we have to travel somewhere else? Oh boy. And it's not certified. Oh wow. Why can the seals not be affixed here in the Adminstratum Palace? According to Amendment 3C8, implemented by Perfectus Estinia II of Dagonis, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the Von Valentia Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the Sacred Warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal, the aqua lens is perched on her nose click as she rifles through mouldering scrolls with her wrinkled fingers. Is held in the Telecos Epsilon system in accordance with Decree OL008ZN. Unfortunately, after fire 200 cycles ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept with the initials AA. No instruction repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terror, therefore the seals remain where it ought to be. Oh boy. Sounds like you're just carrying over all the regulations and they're just adding one onto another. Oh, wow. It is possible I already had the seals. Oh, now that you say it, I think I found one of the seals in the, I don't know the system name, but there was a bunker and there I found a seal. There was a time during my earlier years of service when I performed the duties of a secretary in charge of logistics reports at a local administrative office. The words master of seals bring back memories of which I'm not the least bit fond. And if Heinrix says that, it was truly a terrible time. Alright, find the administrative servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. The Master of Seals nods with satisfaction. Please do not return once you have prepared the documents. Oh boy. Didn't we find a seal already? Weird. And the other is in the palace. And one is on Janus. Interesting. Oh.
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, I would say we just go to the palace first. And... well, probably get the first seal there. Palace by J. Hello, Pasqal. Interesting, I really thought we had one of the seals, but apparently we don't. Ah, I thought I didn't have the seal, cause it just doesn't say in the quest. It's quite the welcoming. Glory to the great rogue trader! Long live the rogue trader! Glory to the great rogue trader! Greetings, your lordship. So many people celebrating our return. That's nice. though the people in the crowd look all very similar. Oh, Clementia Vassarian. Nice. Ah, we should have brought Abelard. The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in the long full dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. The short greying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Vassarian, court chancellor of the Von Valensis dynasty. On behalf of all of Dragonis, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another always flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the Trade Dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burned face and bows his head courteously. His raven-haired glare veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Ah. Heinrix contact. Achilles Galender, secretary at the Adminstratum department. I hope your journey to Dragonis was not darkened by unwanted trouble. It seems... I mean, we know he's more important, but I mean, weren't we told he's just like a secretary? And I mean, he just said that. Why is he welcoming us? The Emperor protected us on our journey through the stars. And hey, so far it's the only planet we arrived on, like with a cutscene, without a mass shooting. But maybe let's wait before we celebrate. Achilles makes the sign of the Aquila. And may he remain merciful to us till the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds? Or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have. Governor Urban Gravesteam has been notified of your arrival on Dragonis and will visit the palace shortly. The preparation for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Interesting that he isn't here. Hold on a moment, Clemencia. What did you say your last name was? Clemencia nods politely. You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Vassarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. And already has greying hair. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of the function within the mechanism. So, why is the governor here with you? Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Gravesteam's residence is on the other side of the world, by the administrative palace of Dragonis. We just went there. We send word as soon as you enter the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Logic succeeded. Chancellor Vassarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. Great. I would like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. There's also where the study and the audience chamber are. Killia's face brightens, with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. Alright, you are dismissed. We still want to look for the classified information there. Probably should hit it in there. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few moments for a conversation with me. Achilles bows his head. I am certain that you will find my report of the state of affairs of the Von Valencia Protectorate most useful. No mass shooting. Nice. What a nice welcome, actually. We also have to talk with Clemencia about the seal. Let me quickly look alphabetically and like seal. We do have 2 worn seals. Interesting. So I guess we do have those. But if we do have the seals, Why doesn't it say here? Getting the required seals turned out to be quite the task due to the distance. Just needs to return to Dragonis and certify the document with the Master of Seals. Do we just have to go back and talk with her, and we just didn't get the option the first time? Oh boy. Emperor grant me strength. If that's the case. How do I leave? Here. Maybe. I hate it when games do that. When you just have to talk again because you already did the things. I just thought because it's not in the quest log, I just didn't think it would be possible. Let's try that again. So many people waiting. Which reminds me, I need to get a new ID, and in my city you have to wait forever for that, and I just like made an appointment, and the next appointment they had was like in 2 months. So
keep your
I don't know.
About you.
I get the 40k vibes. And then you have to wait 2 to 6 weeks till they make your ID, and then you have to get another appointment to pick it up. You don't get it sent at home.
Rush not dawdle.
Oh well. Thanks so much for the sub-gifting, Juniper. Much appreciated. Oh, yeah, we can actually do that. Oh boy. Ah, Edward von Valensis, you've returned. I hope the sacred document I entrusted to you last time has now successfully passed through the approval procedure. Yeah, here's your paper, complete with the seals. The ocular lenses on the old woman's nose emit a subtle hum as she adjusts the magnification. Yes, oh yes indeed, it is perfect. This is authentic, so we may continue with the certification procedure. Follow me, please. Wait, follow you? I thought it was done. And yeah, Mother-chan, German bureaucracy is similar. Oh, Emperor. This looks like I will be staying here forever. 2 months, maybe. And that's how the game ends. You just wait. This is your queue, and your ticket number is... The old woman's ocular lenses hum as she zooms in on the paper in her hand. 394. When it is your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for Aeldari to possess a Mercator Tabulae Official. You will have a bit of wait, but it will be worth it in the end, yes? Is this some kind of joke? The Master of Seals peers at you over her ocular lenses. Hardly. In accordance with Decree DA 58, Clause 201, citizens of the capital world of the Von Valencia Protectorate must submit their petitions at one of the assigned windows of the waiting hall. The decree makes no mention of the rogue trader being exempt from this rule. Damn it. Something our rogue trader privilege don't help us with. Oh boy. I don't know, Turo, if that is a bulwark against chaos or just... I don't know. If I could turn to heresy just to skip the queue, it would tempt me. I am the rogue trader and sovereign of this world. I do not queue. Under the Lex Imperialis, your rights and privileges as a rogue trader come into effect only after your official accession ceremony. Until then, you are just another humble subject of the Von Valencia Protectorate. Oh, wow. That sucks. And that's not even mentioning the fact that said humble subject is accompanied by a Xenos. The gaze of the Master of Seals latches on Yrliet. Given that your official introduction has yet to take place, you are, technically speaking, performing an act of heresy here and now in front of dozens of witnesses. I completely forgot that we don't have our ceremony so far. Because no one minds, except the Adminstratum. Yrliet gives you a look. So you, Alantok, have not yet gone through the initiation rite that grants you all your privileges after all. I regret to see that a lie has passed between us. Seriously? You're siding with the Adminstratum? And I mean, it's against you, Yrliet. Also. Do you really wish to get on my bad side? The old woman wrinkles her nose like she has tasted something unpleasant. I suppose I could make an exception, but only because Theodora of Valencius never once overlooked the laws of the Imperium or my advice. Here. She holds out a new ticket with the number 301. How does she just have that? Why does she have like a ticket and gave us a later ticket? I hate it. May his blessings be upon you. And now we play the waiting game. Well, if I would be here, I would just take noise cancellation headphones and just wait. The queue hums with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out betting and is settling down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important business. We are. There are people literally sleeping here because of the queue. It's insane. You have to admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. Jai smiles sheepishly, eyeing the queue. But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I have never seen anything like it before. And sometimes it is good to take a break from the constant traveling, and to give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in a glory without us in their way. Slanish, I can make you skip the queue if you want, and that's how we get Demon Prince. I think I get that. There's one of the better reasons to turn to Chaos. And Edward counts the people in the queue. The people are constantly moving, coming and going, changing places, or simply disappearing from view. On your first attempt, you count 238 petitioners. On your second attempt, you count 244. We are not the brightest. On your third attempt, the next batch of unlucky souls is ushered into the hall, and you lose count. Oh boy. Edward scratches the back of his neck. You have whiled away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have left to go. I mean, why not? Edward orders his servants to prepare a waiting area befitting of a rogue trader. You have to take measures to make the waiting nice. Oh, hey, at least we get, I don't know, tea or something. You feel the envious eyes of the other petitioners upon you, but no one dares to do anything more than stare. Though it is kinda awkward that we're both sitting separately. And Edward yawns. The minutes drag by intolerably slow. Somewhere in the queue, a child is howling at the top of his lungs. The palace adepts are sedately moving documents from one pile to another, shuffling papers. Several petitioners have gathered in a huddle and are swapping rumors, or someone has laid down for a nap on a nearby bench. By the way, Q is such a weird word, like how you pronounce it. But well. And Edward waits patiently. I don't imagine him waiting patiently. More like really impatiently. In the last 8 hours, the only thing that has changed in the waiting hall is the warden shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour when their appeal will be heard by the high-ranking servants of the Imperium. The entire queue perks up at a sudden announcement. Number 285, proceed to the available window. It's French. Oh, true. I should have known. I know at least a little bit French, not too much, but, well, smart. Thanks. Ah, Thorn take me, what a torturous trial we have let ourselves in for. Jaya almost wails in despair. So much precious time lost, and we've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we will be old and grey before we get out of this usury. 100 years later. Do you have a better idea? You wound me, Cherie. Aeldari always has a better idea. What would you say to making the good folk ahead of us hurry up a little? Just a smidge. Her eyes dart playfully over the faces of the people around you. Not as much smart as a native speaker. Oh, you're French. Nice. The simplest way is to make the slowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of your title, Shane. The second option requires a little more patience. I've already found our first vict, the compassionate citizen who is standing 50 places ahead of us in the queue. Simply offering the right word to unlock his heart, and he will gladly swap tickets with you. And also, you have the power to solve the problems of some petitioners, removing their need to visit a coveted window. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen could want that is beyond the power of the conqueror of the stars to grant? Wait... That doesn't make sense. I found a logic error. Didn't I? She's talking about someone who's 50 places ahead of us in queue. But I mean, we have number 304, and I mean, they just called number 305. 285. But that's just 19 in between. Or are there like numbers in between? Is it like 285, 285.1, 285.2? Okay, we can solve the people, solve the problems of other people, we can frighten the people, we can say whatever you want, do it. And we could let's try to help some people. I mean, we're nice. And maybe we can combine it. First help, then have fun. We shall solve the problems of the common people. A wise decision, Cherie. Occult traders always say, if you can solve a problem with the hard cash, then that's just the cost of doing business. Jay gives you a conspirational wink and backs away slightly. I hope, by the way, that the accent of Jai is somehow fitting and not just insulting. Oh, exalted one, could today be my lucky day? No longer will I have to stand in this hall, wait the day and night for my turn to come, for this kind Lord of House von Valancius is the benefactor of the downtrodden, and he has solved my problem. Yay, propaganda. Let's just steal their tickets. Esteemed Lord, take pity on this poor youth as well. I will give you everything I have. I swear before the Emperor. Only help me solve my problem. We do not need everything, poet. Only your place in the queue. We ask first before we do something. And Edward listens to the young man. The young man in one walk... Oh, the young man in one work overalls comforts himself with unusual grace for a commoner. My lord, I have been in this queue for 2,000 moons already, trying to get permission to slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the servants of the Adminstratum refused to grant her without the signature of a highborn sponsor. Who are you? Help. Strange petitioner. Out of my way! Elbowing aside onlookers left and right, a richly dressed lady with a beauty mark augmented above her lips charges toward you. Esteemed Lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels. A union of a commoner will put an end to his studies and the university, but should Jagonus and the official Medicae be deprived of a capable chirurgeon because of passing fancy? What a nice mother. Zazie is a healer too, and she has the people of the Hive a great deal more than any lily-white chirurgeon with a diploma. I do not want a life of idleness in the spires of Jagonus like you, not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who need my help. Oh. Let's help him, that's cute. We could just give him ownership of the university. That might be a little bit much. This is the Imperium. Sentimentalism is a weakness. Everything fun or happy is a weakness. I've no interest in your little drama. I will sign the paper if you require a sponsor. Thank you, my lord. I promise I will tell my children and my children's children of your kindness. Okay, how far can we advance? Running away. You have an interesting way of doing business, Shireen. I keep that in mind. Jai's shrewd eyes are alight with interest as she watches the young petitioner leave. After allowing you a brief pause, we didn't get a ticket, did we? A hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air as he speaks only 3 words. Death for life. Jai peers over the man's shoulder to read his crumpled form. I here to request a modification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as inheritance, as she will hardly want your worn-out body parts, old-timer. The ragged man shakes his head and covers his face with his wrinkled hands. Servitor disposal. Awareness succeeded. Only now do you notice the tattoo on his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus Administratum and several interlocking chains. It seems this old fellow is the property of a prefect of this palace. Jai looks at the man's form again and rears back in horror. The granddaughter of this poor wretch has turned into a servitor 16 Dargonus years ago, and after a recent accident, she was listed for disposal. And now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for a soulless tin can. And may the Exalted One keep me from such a fate. Yeah, it sounds pretty horrible. That's just a nice thing, even though it costs us money. I will have my people buy your granddaughter's release and see to your welfare. I don't think it does much for the granddaughter if she's already servitor, but at least for him. The old man's withered lips curve into the semblance of a smile. May the Emperor keep you. Actually, Yrliet is very well written. She seems pretty cool, but I'm a little bit worried how much she actually trusts us and is loyal to us. The servitor head seems kind of bugged, that one. Interesting. I thought it is how the ruler of all worlds and the stars in the sky acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit. Jai nods pensively and beckons the next petitioner forward. A mature woman in a finely made but threadbare dress greets you. I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family is devastated. My life's work, my shop selling rare hats burned to ashes. I'm living out my last years as a widow, alone in a cold, deserted manor without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status. The woman fell silent, her brow raised in expectation of your response. That's way more expensive. But I mean, we do not need to... No, Edward won't go and finance nobles to keep their lifestyle. I gave 0 profit factor away. I did that sometimes. I also bought the bought freedom for the people in on Footfall. Like Edward is pretty iconoclast leaning, so when it makes role-playing wise sense, he goes even for those options. You know, perhaps I can rebuild this shop of yours. The woman's beleaguered eyes sparkle to life. Why, that is a wonderful idea. Please take my place in the queue here. I insist. I will leave my details with your retinue and go. I wonder what she was applying for. Please give me money. We still don't know which number we have, right? Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It is a pity they aren't also amenable. Jai inspects the tickets she now holds and nods with satisfaction. Oh, we've moved forward considerably in the queue team. But you aren't ready to stop there, are you? I'll be honest, Jane. I always try to convince Heinrix to use his interrogator rosette with sweet words and pretty songs I cajoled and wheedled. But he remains unmoved, like a rock weaved by the wings. Perhaps he will be more amenable to a request from you. Sister Argenta, for instance. His voice becomes noticeably warmer. She could engage people in the prayer or tell a story about the saint or other in exchange for their cutie kids. I think they both wouldn't do that if we just straight up tell them. But I guess especially Argenta we can really easily convince to do that. Oh, also nice. I think we kept Rickard Manoros alive, but I mean now it's a demon world. The people will be amazed if you show them your tame Xenos. They drop everything they are holding, including their tickets, and come to goggle at her, I guarantee it. Open fire at the crowd. Ooh, yikes.
We need to move forward faster. Use your tricks.
I'd prefer to call it my wisdom learned through many years' experience, but I don't care about the precise wording just now. How do you wish to proceed, Jane? I definitely want to get Heinrix to do that. It would have been nice if they just dropped the check because of the Romans. Oh well. Yeah, not the best choice, probably in the grand scheme of things. True. I mean, I personally didn't know too much about what would happen to Rickard Manoros, and I would have guessed that Edward wouldn't too, and tries to hold on, like, to hope and saving people. But yeah.
You know, Heinrix, this is the perfect opportunity to make use of your privileged status. After all, you do not wish to suspend your mission for several cycles, do you?
Casting his eyes over the waiting hall, Heinrix heaves a resigned sigh. It would be unpardonable to waste so much time here. I can't... In the name of the Holy Inquisition, I order you to let this lord through. It is your sacred duty to the Imperium to comply. The Inquisition? Here? Emperor, save us! I better come back in 20 moons. Nice. No one expects the Emperor's Inquisition. Here, this is what you were so desperate to obtain. Heinrix also has 3 Q trinkets dropped by petitioners fleeing the very sight of the interrogator. Do not ask me to resort to such tricks again. We've moved forward considerably in the Q chain, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Of course not.
Sister Argenta, I believe these people have been crippled by despondency. A sermon from one of his daughters could restore them to their determination.
I love it. You are thinking about it as well. Argenta's gaze is as clear as the midday sky. Words of faith can heal any wound, even those bleed gnawed by doubt. I will help these people. I love how everyone is scared of the Inquisition. Understandable though, I'd say. Come closer, brothers and sisters, for I am about to tell you about true faith and humility in the face of adversity. Well, not only the Inquisition has the reputation of kill first, check later, Argenta also does that. As they say on Ifrit, there is no star move coveted than that which points to the Exalted One. And I cast a sidelong glance at the Sister of Battle, as the latter holds out several numbered tickets to you. These were given to me in thanks by the poor souls who decided to abandon their vigil in this palace of law and return to their worldly matters. The hum of activity returns to the queue. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realize the number being called up at the server scarf for the 3rd time is the one on your ticket. Yes! Sad we can't use Yrliet, but probably she's happy that we can't. Oh, Exalted One, thank you for granting the rogue trader his sacred warrant and all its privileges. If we had to wait any minute longer, heaven be my witness, it would have shot someone. Well, that went faster than I expected. It took days. We had a little bit of wait, of course, but at times it was actually fun. Di smiled warily. One last seal, one more satisfaction, and you'll be looking at official trade representative Jai Hadari. What are you waiting for, Shireen? Let's go. We have another couple of hours with the certification officer to get through. Oh boy. Slaanesh, help me. The certification officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming. His augmented ocular eyes whir as the lenses zoom in and out. With quiet screeching sounds, the cogita quills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make notes on a fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified, said the rasping voice. I should read that first. Said the rasping voice through the metal jaw with his intricated vox. Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed. And may his light and his wisdom guard you. Next. We did it! I mean, we have to go back to the Master of Seals once more, but that's close by, isn't it?
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Oh boy. Bureaucracy, 40k edition. The Temple of Law and Order greets you, Edward of Valencius. You've returned with all the necessary paperwork, I presume. Yeah, here. All the pet seals placed by certification officer. Wonderful. The Emperor blessed you with patience greater than the apportionate to the ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authenticity of your documents for the final time. Finally. The old woman holds the documents close so that they are almost touching her nose, her mechanical ocular lenses clicking incessantly. Yes. Confirmed. Everything is in order. And this one... the sea is smudged slightly. Are you kidding me? This smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions. A void scorpion scratched out my eyes, and now what? I suppose I can overlook it, given that the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, Jai Hadari. You are now the holder of a Macatum Tabula Officiale. Do not forget to repeat the certification process every 100 Terran cycles. What? Is not even for life? Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorable in the world of the Koronus Expanse. It is horrible. And one more thing. Loss of the certificate is a grievous transgression, Miss Hadari. It is the original document, and you will be unable to regain your status as an official trade representative, not even with the Rogue Trade's endorsement. Yes, esteemed Damar. Give me the certificate already, come on. Jai's eyes dart over the Macatum Tabulae Officiale and shine with delight. Praise the exalted one who saw me through all these trials, Shireen. This is something to tell the grandchildren about. How a humble mortal became a trade representative of the Imperium. Let's not bother the Damar any longer, Shireen. Why don't we discuss our next step on the sheep? Let's leave this place
money to be made
forever. It's really nice to see that part of the Imperium as well, but oh boy. Okay, let's talk to her. It takes so long to load the ship. There's not even that much there. Oh well.